Hi Piloo, welcome to Tangerine Talks. It is an honor to have you as a guest on my show.
Thank you, Indira. Thank you very much for having me on your show. What a lovely name it is, Tangerine Talk.
Well, these are difficult times. The world is battling COVID 19, so people are mostly at home. How are you motivating yourself?
Okay, so how am I motivating myself? I have music within me, and I'm a thinker, and I'm a dreamer. So I I do sulk and uh, feel frustrated with the times that are currently we are in. I miss going out with my like-minded friends with whom I spend time with, and we chat and we do music together, and we have coffee together and a lot of things, and then my classes, rehearsals. So when I miss them, like whatever I used to do outside the house, that life has that life is gone right now, but it'll come back. Some form or the other, it'll come back. So I keep hopes alive, and I keep dreaming, I keep visualizing. And yes, of course, lockdown, having said all of this, lockdown has given me a lot of time to, other than sulking and feeling bad about things, I have also been engaging with my creativity. Uh, a very good friend suggested that uh, you know, I start my practice of disciplined practice of my music, which was never, we never had the time to do that. So I have, I have been able to do that, and it has helped me so much, or it has, forwarded me so much. Then a lot of people have, my fall, what you call it, the social media. I was never active on that, but yes, now because of my creative expression that I keep dabbling with. So I love to write. So whenever I sing, there is something, some thought behind it, because of which I'm singing that song, and then I pen it down, and then my posts always go with some write up about what makes me sing that song. And then, so I have got a huge list of followers now, and people know me, and they call me, and they have been people who have connected with me from UK, and I have started. So I became the happiness ambassador of a body called Sangeet Foundation, and so they had. So I've been doing very interesting lives, Facebook lives, where uh, you know some theater lives, theater song music, or my music, or some healing work through music, which is again very organic, my kind of, completely curated by me. So I have been curating a lot of stuff, which is again something that I do out of passion. I direct and I write and I design programs or content. So so that's what keeps me busy. I mean, engaged, and I cook. Uh, yeah, try to cook interesting stuff, at least one good thing a day, which we can eat. My husband also loves to eat, but then he's busy working whole day. So at least that one dish, if we can get to eat, which is something interesting, as he says it. So then, we it's good for the rest of the day. Takes care of your not only hunger pang but other pangs also. So yeah, that's how music, writing, thinking, dreaming.
Well, I always believe that there is no one on earth who never felt low. So, depression or feeling low is just an emotion like happiness. So, I would surely like to know what is your take on that.
Okay, so my take on depression is, it's just a state. It's feeling low, feeling high, feeling medium. There is nothing called feeling. There is nothing tangible which you can touch. It's there is no organ. If you cut my body open, there is no organ. There will be a heart, and there will be some lungs, and there'll be veins, but liver, but then there's no organ called feelings. Feelings are conversations that we keep having with ourselves, and they become feelings. So uh, they originate from my mind, and there's nothing called the mind actually. My mind is also a space of where conversations, it's the house of conversations. So I think that I do get depressed. This lockdown period, I have gone through. I mean, if I want to use that word, I mean, people don't use that word because it's like, or they start immediately telling you to do something about it. So it is not a good thing. It is alarming. You have some medicines, see a specialist, do a counseling, something, something. So there's too much noise around depression, and that noise is like a red alert, and you need to be. I think one needs to be mindful about where the mind is going, and if you think that, if you see that you are sinking, you better seek support. So anyone, support from anyone who you can just rest your shoulder and speak, and just maybe lift up a little bit and just rest for a while, and that will pass off. So there is so much of hue and cry about depression. It's okay. One can feel depressed just as one feels happy and excited, and one feels adventurous. Uh, one can feel sad also. One can feel depressed also, and then talk about it. And if I can talk about, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling emotional, or I'm feeling very excited. I can also say, I'm feeling depressed. So the weight, it becomes very heavy because it is made to sound like something which is like like a COVID. It's like it should not have. It comes, you are finished. So it's like unnecessary scare around it. And that's my take. I mean, I don't talk about this much. If people are depressed, then they can say I'm depressed. And I have been saying, I speak to my mom, and I've shared with her during this time that I'm feeling very low, and I have been very depressed. This whole today has been bad, but it's just you talk about it and you figure out your find your way through it. And if you find it difficult to find your way through it alone, then you can always seek support and speak to someone, speak to a close friend, and somebody who will listen to you and not start giving you prepared answers to this, to that. Life is all about too much of, people are dying to, with all good intentions, but people are designed to start, the minute somebody is sharing, the other person has already started preparing what to say after that person stops sharing. So there is hardly any space for listening, and just listening and silence. Thankfully I have people, I have friends who are good listeners, and so I have few of them, but they are very dear to me because I can share everything with them, empty myself, and I have been of similar use to other people. So that's it.
You are a doting mother of a teenager. So, how to teach our future generation to deal with emotions.
Okay, so I am the mother of a 19-year-old, and he's in Berkeley studying engineering in California. I have been running an organization, like a passion organization called Chuti Pathshala for years now, with some like-minded friends, and we have primarily been working with children, and we have adults also in the group. So what I intend to share here is that I have been working or engaging closely with children of all ages, age groups from for many years now. My overall take on emotional, this whole support thing that we talk about, how to make, there's nothing that one can make anybody of. Though it's a very abstract thing that I'm saying, one may find it difficult to agree, and I don't want anybody to agree or disagree, but I want people to just listen to what I have to share. This is my take on this whole thing. I've never tried to make my son strong, but I always believe that children are strong because in fact they are clean, and they are they don't carry a lot of baggage that we carry. So they are naturally, their system is definitely cleaner, and by virtue of being clean, they are strong. It's just that I would say that, having a lifestyle around, or having an environment around, or trying to provide or build an environment around where sensitivity exists, vulnerability exists, not by talking about vulnerability, not by talking about sensitivity, not by saying that you need to be sensitive better, or you need to be, it's good to be vulnerable. It's not like a piece of advice, because generally we try to make children into something, or we try to tell them that life is going to be like this, or it could be like this, so you better be like this. So you're putting in something like, like nailing down things rather than letting them flow and pick up things that they think, they will pick it up if it is around them. So that's how I have dealt with life, or I have seen that subliminally somewhere, because of the environment that we have been providing to our child. And so Ashish has his own way of, the way he interacts with his friends or communities or people, or the way he carries, his life through. There's a certain way he is, and it is so my son has observed that, and there are strong elements of being sensible, sensitive, uh, you know, respectful, grateful. These are virtues, but it's not like consciously. But he has seen it around, and he has seen certain things around his mother also. Contribution, service, and being how I am with maybe with children, because he was part of my pathshala also, not like with other kids. So that environment has given him. Today he is a sorted out, sensible, sensitive, matured, fun loving, brilliant in academics child, grown up, not child anymore, young adult. So that's all. That's the biggest gift. So we don't have to prepare them. They are prepared. We have to provide an environment where these things coexist with each other. There are problems, there are challenges, there's harshness, there are a lot of things going on which are, and there is love, and there is sensitivity, and there is, uh, respect, and there is friendship, and there is partnership, there is support, there is contribution. So we need to bring in elements and balance what they are already, so they'll pick up. If you throw flowers around, they will pick up one or two or three, they will start picking up. So it's just, we need to throw those things around them.
How important is self motivation for you?
Self motivation is important for me. uh, it is very important, because I have realized over years and time that there's nothing outside that can, push me or come to me and knock on my door and say, come, I have come to motivate you. If you get that, it's fine, but that doesn't happen. Whatever comes from outside has to be received by the person who, who's wanting to get motivated or not wanting to get motivated. So I believe that everybody wants to, nobody does not want to be motivated, but probably people wait for, or we wait for things to happen to us from outside. But searching for something or keeping oneself motivated, it's like a journey, it's like a reflective process where you think, and you think about, what is motivation? It's just like keeping yourself on the go, keeping yourself in action mode. If you are, that's how I see it. If I am not motivated enough, then I'll have a, slow down in my actions, in my activity. So there'll be results accordingly. I will be getting certain results, but they'll be at that pace because my actions have slowed down. my brain thinking has slowed down. But if I if I keep myself motivated, then my set of actions or my action taking time will be different, and I'll have different results. So those results will again get me motivated, because they have been generated out of action. So it's like a circle where you inject something and it flows into the blood, and then it functions. So it's a very functional thing. I mean, I obviously, I mean, to live, I would rather live motivated than sulk and regret, and because that's going to be there. I have my set of, everybody has their sets of regrets and fears and pain, and but if you can keep yourself motivated, it's very important. Of course it is. It is.
I have a quote in my book, The Angels on Earth, that every person is born with an inborn talent. How important is creative expression?
You're right, Indira. Every person, yes, definitely is born with a talent, and it could be in any form. So the more I have interacted with human beings, I have had the opportunity of interacting with a lot of human beings, and I think I completely agree with what you just asked in the question. Creative expression, for me, as I see it, it's like oxygen, because that's the place from where that's the place where there is a free ground. There's a sky there. There's an open canvas there where creative expression lives. So it's like a canvas where colors of life can be put and painted with, and different paintings can be made with your expression. So it could be anything. It could be music, it could be writing, it could be painting, drawing, sketching, it could be talking, it could be anything. But I think it's amazing. I'm so lucky today at at this age. I clearly see, and I actually feel thankful that I thank God I had this this whole world of creativity, because it's like it is me, and it is my best friend, and it is my partner, and it just keeps me going. The responsibilities, the partnerships that we share in life, as in relationships with my husband, with my parents, with my sister, with my son, with my friends, the social responsibilities of the social relationships, they are different, but this is something that is so much your own, and it's amazing to connect with the creative expression. And I would say that the other expressions are also part of life, but when this one expression you carry with you, the creative expression, it's like a cushion. It takes care of all the other expressions which come out, or which are managed or handled because of survival needs. You need to be a certain way, you need to handle things a certain way. Those expressions are some kind of they are calculated, or they are strategized sometimes, or they are designed based on requirements, based on balancing acts. But in creative expression, you are free. You don't have to keep balancing. It's just beautiful. I don't know clinically what that is, but it just gives you such a beautiful feeling to just stay with you and your creativity. So amazing. Creative expression is the elixir of life.
Well, you are the daughter of a versatile actor, Shakuntala Borua, and wife of a supremely talented actor, Ashish Vidyarthi. So we would like to know your journey of life so far.
So this question itself is, I don't know how to answer this. So my journey being the daughter of a very famous, well-known, versatile actor, and then becoming the wife of another versatile, very, very talented actor. I don't know what I should say. It's been actually a learning process. It has both sides. Yes, there have been times when I have lost myself, and I have felt that, these are all feelings. None of this is true, or this is like real, but you go through these phases. So there have been phases, I will not lie, when I have felt that, it's always I am on the back seat, taking either at one point time daughter, and then not that they have asked me to, not come in the forefront, but I have not stepped out in the forefront for long time. And then I started stepping out, and then I carved out my own journey. And it's been interesting because I have picked up things from my mother, definitely. All my life, been brought up, in a household like that, and looking at her, watching her. And with Ashish, yes, observing him for 20 years now, living with a partner who is extremely talented, and so listening to him, observing him, watching him do his plays, I have gotten, yes, it has subliminally grown. A lot of things have grown within me. As an actor, I have grown immensely, I would say. As a musician, as a singer, as an artist, I have grown, and I have carved out my own journey. It's just, the universe has kind of aligned me with certain things, and I have found peace and happiness and fulfillment in those little things. I've kept doing things that I wanted to do. I mean, things came to me and I embraced them, and it continued. So I have not had a very planned career. It's just happened organically, and I'm happy.
Well, you are an inspiration to so many people. For people like us, we really look up to you, Piloo. And you are an actor, you are a mother, you are a homemaker, you are a wife, you are a teacher, and you are a singer as well. I can't let you go without singing a song.
So I know tumi chhadve na, so I knew this was coming. I will sing. Yes, I have been blessed to be able to do, a lot of things with my life. Yes, I am an actor, a singer, a musician, and of course, you can say teacher too, some way or the other. So I'll sing this lady who inspires me, Miriam Makeba, the lady who sang Malaika. I mean, many. She has done a lot with her life, and I'm sure you have read about it. And I wrote a few lines down, so I have this, whimsies when I start. So one day I just felt like writing something along with this, and I wrote a few lines. So I'll sing that. Malaika, nakupenda malaika, malaika, nakupenda malaika, ningekuwa maliwe, ningekuwa dada, nashindwa na Bangla, few lines that I wrote one day, Poila Boishakh. চল হাওয়া আন ফিরিয়ে ভেজা সেই ছোঁয়া চল হাওয়া আন ফিরিয়ে ভেজা সেই ছোঁয়া মানতে চায় না যে মন কি খোঁজে দু নয়ন একবার নিয়ে চল আমায় শেষ হয়ে যাক চাওয়া পাওয়া একবার নিয়ে চল আমায় শেষ হয়ে যাক চাওয়া পাওয়া. That's it.